What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Anything Better podcast with your host, myself, Paul Virzi, over here, Bill Burr over there, and of course, the Greek freak, producer extraordinaire, the Beverly Hills Kid, Andrew Themlis, guys, and we're back. We are back. People reaching out. We got a lot of shit going on, but we are back with the show. People are saying, is anything better coming back? It is coming back. And guess what? We're on episode 77, which means what, Bill? Who are we talking about here?
Number 77. Okay, there's two great ones. Both Hall of Fame defensemen in the National Hockey League. Both who started off wearing number 7. Paul Coffey from the Edmonton Oilers, the LA Kings, the Hartford Whalers, the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Boston Bruins, the Detroit Red Wings. He realized after Edmonton that it was a business. And number 77, where are we? I was going backwards in the mirror there. For your Boston Bruins, Raymond Bourque, who also started off wearing number 7, and that was Phil Esposito's number, and they had yet to retire it. So then he switched to 77. Dude, my Boston Bruins are in a game 7. We were up 3-1, and we won that third game. We were up 4-0 with like 3 minutes to go, and we let in 2 more goals. And I said to my buddy, I fucking hate that we let them knock in those last 2 goals. That's the difference between winning this series in 5 games and 6. We gave them hope, Paul.
Well, you know what?
They got never say die. So anything can happen here. And I will tell you this. This is my favorite time of year in sports because you have two leagues in the playoffs. And when a team loses, this is like what I feel like sports writers and fans love this part of the year because they love seeing athletes fail. And it's why they ask the questions that they ask. Like I saw that guy asked that question to Giannis, do you consider this a failure? And blah, 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 blah. So he gave him a really intelligent answer. And now there's all this pushback going like, sounds like a bunch of excuses. And, it was a complete failure and blah, blah, blah. It's just all of these fucking people that are saying that shit. It's like, I want to see your life. I want to see your fucking life and how you take it to fucking task every day. It's like one person wins it. One team wins it every year. It's practically fucking impossible to achieve with these guys. And when they don't every single year, some fat fucking a Tommy Bahama shirt just to go like, do you feel like a loser? And they're just trying to piss them off because the whole year, these guys are a foot taller than them. Their dicks are a foot longer. And they're banging puss that's over the horizon in their world. So then they get to just be cunts.
Yep. By the way, we can't forget number 77, Luka Doncic, speaking of the NBA.
Sorry, dude. I went total left turn there.
No. Speaking of the NBA, Luka Doncic, number 77, unbelievable talent. But listen, let's talk about what we should be talking about in the NBA.
Paul, do you feel like you let your city down?
I didn't. You want to know why? Because it's orange and blue skies, baby. It's orange and blue skies, just like Stephen A. Smith. The New York Knickerbockers are going to fucking beat the – listen to this. You ready for this? This? The New York Knickerbockers are going to beat the Miami Heat in this series because even though the Miami Heat are great, even though Jimmy Butler is on another planet right now, he's really all they got, and I think the Knicks have the defense to defend that. I think the Knicks are overlooked and underrated. I think they are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 1 is tomorrow. I was in that building with my son. I got one for you. I had 4 shows in New York City on Friday night, and a fan of mine is
Why didn't you do 5, Paul? Did you feel like you could have done 5, but you only did 4? And do you feel like you let the stand down?
That's hilarious.
Paul, are you ashamed of yourself? Do you feel you let down your family?
Imagine if he said, are you ashamed of yourself? No. So a fan of mine is the equipment manager of the Knicks. How great is life, right? For me.
That's pretty good.
And he goes, hey man, I could get you and your boy in the building on Friday. So I called up Patrick. And I go,
Ewing?
what? I called up Patrick Ewing and I said I can't do my spots at the stand.
Oh,
And yeah, he could give a
so you're
fuck.
talking Knicks. You said Patrick. There's only one Patrick.
Oh, the booker of the stand. And I go, dude, I'm not coming in for the spots. And he goes, dude, absolutely go to that game, dude. So I went and I made up the spots at other days, of course, and I always do that because the nutty comic in me's got to get those
But do you
reps.
feel that you let the team down by not being there that first day?
I feel ashamed of myself, Bill. I no, I don't give a fuck.
Paul, can you imagine if you had to do a press conference after your fucking stand-up show? Talking to people who aren't funny. That's what these guys have to do. They have to talk to unathletic people who question what it is that they did out there.
Yeah. I mean, look, they know what they signed up for, though. That's they did that in college too.
You know, Paul, I'm really getting tired of that.
What?
That whole fucking, well, hey, I mean, what did you think was going to happen? Fuck you. And then it's just like, so they have to deal with that behavior. It's like, why can't, like, the athlete always has to do better. Why can't the fucking analysis do better? And that, whatever the fuck you call them.
Analysts.
Like watching JJ Redick fucking trashing Stephen A. Smith going, you obviously haven't played this game at a professional level. And he's still sitting there going like, okay, I'm going to listen, but I'm going to respond. How are you going to respond? He's an NBA player. He has so much fucking more insight than you will ever fucking have. I don't care who you're friends with. Like, what is your mindset at that point? I'm going to respond. With your intellect or with your ego?
Right. Yeah. No, I love what
so that whole fucking thing is, hey, they know what they signed up for. Fuck you. Why doesn't that fucking nameless cunt who's off camera in his loveless fucking marriage, why doesn't he fucking deal with his own shit? Instead of dumping it on the other player and trying to get some sort of Schadenfreude by going after Giannis right after he lost the fuck. Of course the guy's upset. Of course he's not fucking happy. But now he's got to fucking, to add insult to injury, he's got to sit there and talk to some man-titted fucking cunt who can't even run to the center court without face planting.
No, dude, I agree with all that. But when has that not happened? When is that not? That's all I'm saying. When the fuck were these guys not annoying after how many clips
That's
of Bill?
Still a bad point.
What do you mean?
That's still a bad point.
But Bill, it's been
happening. Paul, when was there not racism? I mean, what the fuck you think's gonna happen? Don't work on it.
Yeah, that's different though. That's discrimination.
Hey, when wasn't I a fucking fat fuck? I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, at some point you got to stop. No, I just think like those type of questions have nothing to do with the game. They are deliberately hostile. They're trying to get a reaction out of the guy so they have a nice, easy article. And then it's also that question has nothing to do with basketball. That is the sports writer's own jealousy and envy. Projection. And he's catching this guy in a fucking moment of vulnerability. Yes. And he's trying to fucking put the screws to him, hoping he's going to snap and fucking slam the table and do all of that shit. And like the same like you watching those things where, you know, where they're sitting there questioning guys' hearts and stuff like that. I will tell you this, Paul, to get off of that subject, going back to your Miami Heat, what's his face there? On the Heat. Why'd I just flake on his fucking name?
Butler?
Yeah, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler he's one of those guys, Paul, he wants 80 road games a year, and he wants to send you and your kid home crying. That guy, I want no part of him. I am so fucking happy the Knicks are playing the Heat, and we get the Sixers. Not saying the Sixers are going to be easy. Not saying I know shit about NBA hoop, but I've watched enough NBA playoffs to know that I don't want any part of Jimmy Butler ever. And I don't give a fuck how little people he has. That guy, he basically took over that last series, no?
He did.
Yeah,
but
I mean.
Yeah. But
that's kind of what he does. And I just feel like he's sitting down there. Oh, you got yourself a little basketball mecca, do you? Is Spike Lee going to show up with 43 things that say Knicks on it? I hope he brought some Knicks Kleenex. That's going to be a great series. Paul, here's the deal. I hope you win. I hope you win. But I am amazed, though, at your cavalier attitude towards Jimmy Butler. Paul, do you feel like you let other Knicks fans down?
No, but let's go back to what we were. I want to go back to what we were saying about the reporters. I think that what's brilliant about like Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells makes those reporters scared of that question. And that's what was so brilliant about what they did. You know, Giannis is a nice guy, so they probably thought they could take advantage of him. But, dude, could you imagine if they asked Bill Parcells or Bill Belichick that?
Well, then why can't he be like, you consider this a failure? Why can't he just come at him? Do you think your wife considers you a failure?
Dude,
at the end of the day, don't you think your wife wishes that you were me instead of you?
God. That would be, oh my God.
And let me ask you this. If you were me and you were making the money I was making and achieving at the level that I'm achieving, by the way, I do have a ring.
How great would it be if you were
she would be? Who do you think's happier right now? My wife after us losing in the first round of the playoffs, or your wife?
Oh my God.
Now, when you come home with your bad fucking back and your donut tits.
Oh my God, dude. How great would that be? How great would it be if he goes like this? He goes, do you consider it a failure that you just have the worst questions in this press conference every week? Do you consider that a failure? That do you consider the kind of car you drive a failure? And this is the thing. That's equal, dude. That's going back at him. But if you make more money than somebody else, you're not allowed to do that. But somebody who's underneath can sit there going like, are you going to be able to look your kids in the eye? Like the shit that they can say to them just because they're making more fucking money. It's just like, it's like, hey man, I'm treating you just like how you treat me. I'm treating you as a peer. I'm going to come at you. Yeah. Do you consider it a failure that your bank account looks like it does and mine looks like it does? That would be epic. Do you feel like a failure because you can walk from one end of your house to the other in 4 steps? Oh, shit. You consider it a failure that you can only speak one fucking language? You consider yourself a failure that I didn't even live here. I lived in Greece, and I ascended to the top of one of your fucking sports leagues and won a fucking championship. And what have you done? You bought a laptop and you write about what I do. Go fuck yourself. And if you said any of that, dude, you'd be considered an arrogant asshole, and all these people in the comments would get upset because there was all these fucking people like were writing, sounds like a bunch of excuses to me. And I want to be like, let me see your no excuse life behind your fucking keyboard, you cunt. I hate that shit, dude. There's nothing like the number one thing that I hate about in the new world is the level of shit that somebody can fucking talk and not get an ass kicking because there's cameras everywhere, and then you're going to get sued. Yeah. Right? And it's like, it protects it protects bitches. It protects it protects weak people. And then it also protects people who have nothing to lose. Yeah. So like that guy has nothing to lose. He can say that outrageous shit to somebody who's 7 feet tall and could fucking put him, through the other side of his fucking house, right? But that guy's like, well, I can't do that because that's going to cost me millions. So then this fucking shithead, Paul. And the guy goes, you ask me that every year. No, he went like this. He went, like he was you ask me this every year. Yeah. So then that's another thing too, Paul. Paul, you go to Milwaukee, right? Blast you. When you go to Milwaukee, Paul, do you come back with the same fucking jokes? Right. This guy's literally coming back with the same questions. Like, these are the questions I ask when you lose. Right. You know what, Paul? His dedication to his craft is the same dedication he has to the gym. And you know what else, dude? They also have the power to be like, not vote for you. Not like you don't get the vote, the top vote, first ballot vote if you're a dick. they'll leave you out. Like reporters have done that before where they don't like a guy. So they'll be like, yeah, I'll get him in, but I'll get him in like second ballot. You know, like that's fucked up, man, the power that they have.
It isn't, Paul, because that's how they are.
No, I know.
They're fucking petty. People, Paul, people are fucking petty. They're not fucking happy, and they go into their fucking ego. I mean, you're looking at someone doing it right now. Sorry. Takify, everybody. You know, confidence is key when it comes to dating. All right. But if you've struggled to find worthwhile connections, it can be difficult to feel your best when meeting new people. Well, with Takify, you feel confident that you're meeting someone special who is picked just for you. Takify is the country's #1 modern matchmaking service that is designed to help you achieve relationship success. It's funny if they had scouts, Paul, like a fucking team. Crawl in the malls, wherever the fuck these kids are at. Their trusted compatibility specialist has hand select successful. You have been chosen to date Paul Virzi. Hand select successful and compelling candidates so you can date consciously and productively. Here's how it works. The Takify matchmakers meet with you to learn about what you're looking for in a partner. This is what I'm looking for. I mean, this could go. I mean, how many times this goes sideways? I want to see a blooper reel from people going down there trying to find out who. Then they'll select and screen potential match candidates for you, doing background checks, video interviews, and asking the tough and sometimes too awkward questions for you for the first date. From there, your matchmaker plans your date introduction and handles all communications for you, creating a safe and stress-free environment. Takify is committed. They're just going to get her in the mood, Paul. I mean, you don't have to do anything. You just show up and like the closer. They start playing Enter Sandman. You come in like Mariano Rivera.
Oh, you got the name right.
I got it right. Takify is committed to finding your match. 80% of clients met their person within their first 12 matches. And right now, Takify is offering listeners 20% off when you become a client at takify.com/better. That's TAWKIFY.com/better for 20% off when you become a client. Sorry, got the hiccups. Takify.com/better.
Orange and blue skies, baby. Orange and blue skies. We're going to beat them in 6. We're going to beat them in 6. You heard it here first. We're going. All right,
I'll take that bet. I don't want to bet against you, but I want to have a bet. If you want to have a bet, I'll do something.
We're going to Eastern Conference Finals.
I don't want to bet. I don't want to bet that because I don't want to. I'd rather play the Knicks. And I don't know shit about you guys, but I do know your history. Okay, I would rather face orange and blue skies than fucking Jimmy Butler in May. I don't want no part of Jimmy Butler in May.
Dude. They're not that good. They're the 8th seed, dude. They're not that. You guys would fucking beat them in 5.
Oh, yeah? What seed did they just knock out, Paul?
I understand that, but I don't think that. Listen, I don't think. I know. Actually, I know that he played hurt. Giannis played hurt. He did. He's got a bad back. He fucking played hurt.
You're twitching too much. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, listen. There's no reason that team should have lost to that team. He played hurt, and he didn't make excuses. He didn't talk about it. But everybody who knows basketball knows he played with a bad back. And listen, it happens. But the Heat are done, dude. The Heat are done with us. It'll be a good series till 6. I'm confident.
I was going to say, you're relaxed. You're confident. You did one of these with your head.
I'll be honest with you. I'm afraid of the 76ers. Like, if it's between you and the 76ers, I'd rather play – dude, because what's his name is having an MVP year, and the 76ers are really good. So I don't want to play them. But I'll roll the dice against Miami, definitely. And you guys, I think, would be scary, but it would be – it's going to be fun, dude. It's just fun to have my team in it. The NBA playoffs –
This is how I look at it. The 3 teams that are left for us to play, I'd rather play the Knicks, then the Sixers, then the Heat.
Wow. All right.
Dude, fucking Heat, certain teams just shit the bed every year in the fucking playoffs. Other teams, no matter what fucking seed they are, they just show up and they're a pain in the ass.
I gotta give you that. The Heat are always fighters.
They're brutal. They're fucking brutal. I mean, I don't mean when they buy a bunch of free agents, that bullshit. But Jimmy Butler, dude. That fucking guy.
Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Buckets. Nothing but fucking net.
Great nickname. Jimmy Buckets.
I'll tell you, so the Bruins won the President's Trophy, most points in the league, and they also had the greatest most wins of any team in like the modern era. Like the last I think they had the most wins, period. But I don't know. They play like more games and shit, and they count ties. So it's a little bit different than when the Canadians did it in '77. Canadians basically dominated a 6-team league and then a 12-team league. And they've just sort of been resting on their haunches about that for the last 50 fucking years. But so we're one game away from blowing it. And this is what kills me, Paul, is basically this happens every year. Like, if you win the President's Trophy, like the odds are actually against you if you look about as far as like winning. But every year they're like, those sports writers like, what happened?
Hockey's weird.
What you know what I don't like about fucking ESPN and all those fucking assholes is I know that they know that the regular season is just that. It's the regular season. It doesn't mean shit. Anybody can go into somebody's city and play one game against the best team in the league and win. But to play 7 games in a fucking row in the battles that happen within the battles, the psychological wear and tear, it's completely fucking different. And then they always act like super surprised. Like, how did that happen? They are like football. They were 13-3. Yeah. If you're 13-3 team, I'm sorry. You got to come in here and you got to blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's different. It's different. So we're the Bruins are on the verge of proving not defying the odds. We are on the verge, dude, of winning 65 out of 82 fucking games and losing to a fucking 8th seed in the first goddamn round. We can't close them out.
Wow.
We keep going up at the end of the game, and then we just fucking let in like fucking. Like, I don't even know I didn't want to talk about last night's game. I don't even know what the fuck happened.
Well, the Rangers were 2-0 on
Dude, the game was fucking 3-3. The game was 3-3 with 16 minutes left. The final score was 7-5. It's like, what the fuck am I watching here?
Yeah, that's a lot.
It is a lot. It's not playoff hockey. So I don't understand what's going on. But I will tell you this though, like yeah, like I kind of knew early on that the Panthers had a lot of heart, and that was kind of making me, I always get nervous, Paul. I'm the opposite of you. You got Jimmy Buckets coming to town, as you say, and Paul, you don't have a care in the world. You got your feet up, you got some sandals on. You don't give a fuck. I'm the opposite. I walk the widow's walk. I'm a worry wart.
Yeah,
worry wart or wart.
It's a worry wart, and I just watched basketball all year. I know we have better guards. I know we have better defense. We also have the #1 offensive rebounder in the NBA. When you have the #1 offensive rebounder in the NBA, that doesn't matter. He's the fucking best.
You know what you should have said, Paul?
What?
You should have said, Bill, I don't mean this in a bad way, but you sound like a guy who has not watched a lot of professional basketball this year.
Yeah, your argument is Jimmy Butler, man, he makes some big shots, which he does, though. He does. You are right.
That is not my argument. My argument, he makes some big shots. Jimmy Butler is a reptile. Ice water, dude. He is cold-blooded.
He's a reptile's dope.
Dude, Jimmy Butler wants nothing more. He doesn't just want to beat the Knicks, Jesus Christ, Paul. He wants to beat you. He wants to clinch her in the Garden.
Is that how much you're fighting with your wife? You're just calling me?
No.
I'll tell you another thing, Nia. Paul.
I've been dealing with this shit for 10 years, Nia. Paul. No, what?
And another thing, Nia. Sorry, Paul. Dude, that's funny.
I'll leave my socks wherever I want, Nia. Paul. No,
That's funny.
Believe it or not.
That fights with his wife, the guy that fights with his wife so much, so he inserts it in every other argument.
Hey, Knicks can't play defense, you know, the same way my wife won't wash any fucking dishes.
I was just gonna say, you know, listen, dude, it's a 3-2 series, but you picked the kids up from school.
No, we've actually we've been getting along. We're getting along great. In fact, actually, when we're done with this, I'm gonna go pick her up. We're gonna go hang out and get some lunch. I'm loving it, Paul. I'm loving semi-retired Bill Burr. I was semi-retired for like 3 months, but Paul, I got some ideas. And we're putting them on the paper.
Nice.
Putting them on the paper. I ran something by you yesterday. You kind of like that idea.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good shit, man. How nice.
Well, I will tell you this: if the Bruins aren't going to win the cup, if they're not going to win the cup, I just say rip the Band-Aid off and lose the game 7. All right. Paul.
You know what I see, dude?
I gotta be honest with you, Paul. Out of all the fucking teams,
I see the fear you got, dude. You got fear.
I don't have fear. It's sadness.
You got your Bruins jacket, and there's a lot of concern in that face.
Not concerned, Paul. It's no, it isn't. The level that I care doesn't manifest itself anymore. Is that I get quiet and I get sad.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you, Paul, out of all the 4 teams in Boston sports, the Bruins are the closest to my heart. They're the ones, you know, out of all the teams to where a loss hurts. I'll tell you what, Paul, you know what hurt more than both those Giants loss was that loss to the St. Louis Blues in 2019, because the Blues beat the Bruins playing Bruins hockey. And we stopped playing Bruins hockey because the league was like, we don't want hockey like that anymore. We want like Olympic hockey. So we got rid of all of our fucking tough guys. And the Blues came in and manhandled us. And to watch a fucking Bruins hockey team get fucking manhandled, I don't think I'll ever get over that. We've been a lot of things, Paul. We've been dumb, taking stupid penalties. We've been bullies. We've been all of that shit, but we've never been manhandled. And we got fucking manhandled. And not in the beginning, towards the end of that series, just physically manhandled. And it just fucking still bugs me. Like, to the point I will never love the St. Louis Blues again. I'm not like I loved them before, but I root against the Blues now.
I think every sports fan has something that happened that hurts so bad that it just leaves a mark. And I think for me, it was obviously the Red Sox coming back when we were up 3-0. That's just never going to go away. That's just a scar. You know, when you see somebody in a car accident, they got a scar. That's never going to go away, dude. It's just, you just deal with it. The only thing worse
it fades.
What?
It fades, because I'll tell you, like, everybody talked about, you know, that Aaron Boone home run the year before. That wasn't going to be what stuck. You know what I mean? Like in the game 6 against the Mets, there was a pass ball and the ball behind the bag, and the Mets win it. Got by Buckner. The Buckner thing stuck. The pass ball didn't. I feel that if we didn't win, if we were still waiting, and that game 7 we blew in 03, what would have stuck would have been, well, I forget now because we won the next year. It was either inning 7 or inning 8 when the whole thing just fucking blew up and you guys came back. Whatever inning it was, where we had the game won, we were like 5 outs away. It was the 8th inning or something. And then you guys came back and you tied it up. And then the 10th or 11th inning, Aaron Boone got it off Wakefield.
Oh, that's when what's his name?
Pedro or somebody.
Brady Little. He kept Pedro in, and Posada got that bloop, and we tied it at 5. I remember
That's
that.
the one. That was the one. I remember where I was at. I don't remember where I was at. Oh, I do remember when Aaron Boone. I was at home, my apartment by then. But I remember standing outside, standing outside of Dangerfields, which was so perfect for a Red Sox fan back then. Right outside of day, I don't get any respect, okay? And I mean, dude, you could almost hear him cheering from the fucking Bronx up the street.
Oh my
And I
God.
was standing there, and I ran into Bobby Kelly. Dude, we literally couldn't watch. We were walking to a pizza parlor and then walking back out, and then blah 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 blah. And then I remember he had to go downtown to do a spot, and I had to go back to my apartment to watch the rest of the game. We both just looked at each other like, all right, dude, it's still tied. You know, they could hit a home run and maybe something.
Dude, my wife and mother-in-law were at that game. Was at that game. Isn't that a sin?
I was
I
at
mean, good for my wife, but
I was
what?
at I was at the game Boone hit the ball up. I was there in the left field side, third baseline, second tier. I watched the ball go by my head, and
Oh, wow.
I literally forgot the rules of baseball. I was like, well, wait a minute, that's it. That's got to be it. We don't get another chance. I mean, my brain shut down. But earlier, Bill, when you were talking about how that happened, Pedro was up. It was him and Giambi. He faced off against Giambi, and Pedro threw heat right by Giambi with second ball, same thing. Third pitch, he throws heat again, and that was the mistake. Giambi, like, he tracked him at that point. It was all over. Had Pedro thrown like anything else, Giambi would have whiffed. It's my
You know what's so funny
Dude,
about that?
just you going through that, Andrew, brought pain back.
No. Well, I was gonna say what's so funny is when he said he saw the ball by his head going up. You're in such pain and disbelief that you start going over the rules of baseball.
Well, there's that thing too when you're there and you don't have an announcer's voice.
Yeah.
You kind of sometimes you're like, hey, what the fuck just happened? And there's always some, guy who's actually paying attention. Yeah, you forget, wait, do we have our bottom half of the inning? Like, what's going on here? It's like, yeah, no, it's over.
Yeah, like a 7-year-old kid like turned around because I had my Red Sox hat on, and a 7-year-old kid just turned around and just goes, Red Sox suck, like right in my face. I was like, it was brutal.
Dude, it's really does.
You couldn't argue because he was right.
Dude, I got to tell you something. Overrated is fucking going to sporting events. Dude, the shit that was being yelled at, even at the Knicks game with my son laughed because, like, we were home and we were obviously outnumbered any of the enemy. And, like, he laughed at the curses and he laughed at, like, the chants. And, like, we'll still scream Trae Young sucks, even though it's not against Atlanta. Like, Knicks, but, like, it really is just dumb. Like, the visceral yelling and cursing, and you see people sometimes pushing, or like you see fans of the other team going up the ramp and people like, hey, get the fuck out of it. It really is dumb, dude. It's like being home is safer and better. Then they were rioting in the streets, jumping on poles, screaming like, but the one guy, there is this one Italian kid. The one Italian kid that rallies all the Knicks fans, dude. It's my son's favorite thing. He really is funny. He goes like this. He goes, so it started with Durant and Kyrie when they went to the Nets, and he just goes, all right, everybody, hold on. And dude, the street is 7th Avenue is packed, and all the Knicks fans get quiet for this kid. He goes, oh, shh, and he's like this Italian kid. It's like me on steroids, like just nuts. And he just goes, hey, Kyrie, KD, and everybody gets quiet. He goes, don't you wish you came to the Knicks? They all start Oh, so Donovan Mitchell grew up in Westchester. He grew up in Elmsford. He was on the Jazz, and everybody said he was between the Knicks and the Cavs. And he went to the Cavs. They gave him more money or whatever. So they go outside. We beat the Cavs in the series. We go outside. The kid's there. There's cameras on the kid. And his nickname is Spider-Man, is Donovan Mitchell. So he goes, all right. He goes, yo, Spidey, don't you? And dude, when I tell you 7th Avenue, get quiet, and then they go, Nick. So Lucas just keeps sending me the clips. I'll send it to you. It's fun. It's really. Hey, wait a minute, Andrew, can you pull that up? The guy that says, yo, Spidey, don't you wish you came to the Knicks? It's the fucking it's really fun. But dude, I don't want to be in the streets when it's fucking mob going to my car, people yelling, people honking, my son looking around.
You just got to remember when you were young and single, like you were harmless. You were just drunk and being loud. But once you become a dad and you're walking with your kid, you start getting nervous. Like, oh, you're getting that paranoid. What if something happens to my kid? So I think bringing kids to events like that, there's two things: bringing kids, and then when you just get older, you know what it is, Paul? It's the flat screen TV, the fucking surround sound, and all of that stuff. For me, I don't like live sporting events now. I can't deal with the fucking DJs. It's just like, just stop playing fucking music.
Yeah, they don't do that at the Garden. Thank God. They didn't do any of that shit.
I didn't come here to go to a fucking rave. I'm here to see a fucking game, dude. It's the most frustrating thing ever.
Hey, Bill.
Why are you playing? Why are you drowning out what I paid a ticket to watch?
Hey, Bill, where Brooklyn at? Brooklyn. Fucking worse.
Oh, dude, yeah, that Brooklyn Nets game was every 5 seconds. Yo,
Andrew,
Brooklyn, we go hard. Yo, Brooklyn, where Brooklyn at? Brooklyn. It's like for fucking the whole fucking game.
Horrible. Horrible.
Hey, Paulie, what borough are we in?
I
don't remember.
I mean, nothing feels better when we beat those fucking rats and then they got lost in the first round and their stars left. Fuck them. I can't stand Brooklyn. I can't stand the Nets.
You know Andrew, what's funny about New Yorkers, though, Paul, is you guys all think we give a fuck what borough you're from.
That's the dumbest thing, too. Like that people claiming boroughs. It's so dumb.
No, when you just ask a guy, well, I'm from Brooklyn. And just the way they say it, it's like, all right, okay. And then you want to be like, all right, well, what did you do exactly that made the borough so tough? I'm not saying there's not tough guys there, but it's just like, I just don't feel like the real tough guys are doing that. I just feel like it's kind of like, it's like the New York slice of pizza, Paul, right? Arguably,
here it is. Here it is.
The greatest slice in the world.
Watch this. All right, so it's the guy, Bill. It's the guy in the middle with the hat. You see the guy with the black hat?
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, and look at the guy. Dude, the guy to the right of him is like his hype man, the kid that looks like Chris Tucker. And he kind of beats him to the punch. But all of those people, and that goes all the way down a block, are involved in this. He gets everybody quiet, and then he asks, don't you wish you came to the Knicks? Go ahead, Andrew. It's the best.
Don't you wish you came to the Knicks?
Oh, you got to start at the beginning.
Everybody shut up. Go fighting. Don't you wish you came to the Knicks?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Yeah, that whole fucking, I grew up, my dad fucked my mom in a borough, so I'm gonna claim it and be tough. I never understood that. Like, you know where I'm from? From the Bronx, baby. Fucking BK. It's like, what does that mean, dude?
Oh, that's also, you know where I'm from? We don't play that. I want to be like, you know where I'm from? We do play that. We 100% play that, and we have no problem.
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx. We don't play that shit. It's like, what? What aren't you playing? What am I missing?
Well, you're already, because there's a bunch of tough people from the Bronx, so he's gonna say, "Hey, I'm from the Bronx. I don't play that shit." So then you got it. So he's gonna get in your head. You're supposed to think like, "Wow, there's a lot of tough guys from the Bronx. Is this one of them?" It's kind of like, well, if he was, I think he'd already be beating the fuck out of me.
What it really is some of those kids, like when they say Queensbridge, like Nas and some of those rappers, what it is they grew up in the Queensbridge projects, which is so fucking horrible and such a horrible atmosphere that what they did is they hung out together, they rapped in the thing, and that's how they got through it. That's really,
I'm not talking about those guys, Paul.
That's what I'm saying. No, I know. That's different. No, that is different.
You know the guys I'm talking about. Let me grab a water here. Hang on a second.
All right, guys. Well, listen. We're going to wrap up 77. I'm going to say this. Does Bill have a point with Jimmy Butler? Yes. Does Jimmy Butler scare me that he can take over a game at the Garden if we're up 8 with 3 minutes left? Yes. Do I think the Knicks have the
Am
talent?
I going to emotionally eat after the game when I lose money and watch my team lose? Yes.
Does my wife not hug me enough and tell me she loves me? Yes.
Yes.
No. But I do like the Knicks in 6 because I think we have the guards and the defense. Good luck with the Bruins. Shout out to the Ranger fans who still have a chance. They were up 2-0 on the Devils. Now the Devils are winning 3-2.
I fucking hate the Devils. They almost ruined hockey.
But here's the beautiful thing.
Clutch and grab, left wing lock, boring ass fucking. Marty Brodeur gets another shutout. Is he the greatest goaltender ever? Well, when you fucking dry humping every fucking scorer in the league before they even get to the fucking blue line.
Why'd I bring it up, Andrew? I'm sorry. No.
I don't know. I like the Rangers. I like the Knicks. I want the Knicks to win, Paul.
Well, you know what? Your godson Lucas would appreciate that. But let me tell you this. Let me tell you
something.
The nice thing is your sports city is in it. My sports city is in it. And it's just nice to have, listen, man, sports is stress too. Oh, you know me, Bill. I stand up the last minute and a half in the living room, pacing back and forth. Stacy's not allowed to come down or talk if it's anything. If it's the Knicks, you guys want something for dinner? Not now.
I know. Dude, I fucking hate that part of the game. I fucking hate how much I care. I fucking hate it. I was watching the end of that fucking Bruins game just going, what the fucking fuck? And I was getting so fucking pissed. I wasn't, I got kids now, so it's all internal, Paul.
Yeah,
goes into me and into the cushion like a fucking fart there.
Me and Lucas will look at each other and go, one more possession? Is that the dagger? One more. We go like this. There'll be like 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and I do the math. I'm like, no, we're up 12, dude. We get a 3 here. If you do the possessions by the 24-second clock, we're going to win. And Lucas will be like, no, not yet, though. Not yet. It's just lunacy. It's fucking lunacy. It's crazy, but I love it.
That's awesome, dude. That you're watching games with your son at that level now, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Dude, he's never going to forget that.
No, being at the Garden with him, we were hugging tight. It was fucking amazing, dude. It was like, it's our thing. And now I'm going to take my little girl to like Taylor Swift or something because I'm not going to leave her out, So we got to do something. If that fucking Taylor Swift tickets.
You know what I'm saying? That's all that's really going on there, Paul. And you're rooting for your team, and win or lose, you still love your son. And then you got this cunt going like, do you feel like a failure?
I know. Let me ask you something, though. Not to get off the subject, and you know me, Bill.
No more questions.
I'm the last, you know me, Bill, out of all your friends. And I know you know this about me. Andrew, you do too. I can't stand a cheap fuck. Okay? I spend. You want to go to dinner? I got it. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I don't care about money. I don't give a fuck, dude. You know what? Like, life is short, dude. I'll fucking buy whatever. I'll buy everybody a steak. I don't give a fuck. Okay? But that being said, Taylor Swift tickets are fucking $1,500 a pop. It's like, who am I going to see here, dude? Michael fucking Jackson didn't. What do we spend? Who fucking Billy Joel and Elton John aren't that? No?
I'll buy everybody a steak on a fucking t-shirt. I want that whole rant written out. And you know me, I'll give a fuck. I'll buy everybody a steak.
All right, guys. This has been episode.
Wait. I was laughing. How much were tickets?
So there was a big thing where the fucking internet crashed on Taylor Swift's tour. And now when you want to go try to find tickets, dude, they're upwards of like $1,500 to get into a football stadium. And I don't care. I'll take my daughter. My daughter doesn't like her like that, but I'm just going like, I want to get my daughter, take some friends. I'm going to spend
for $300, you can get a karaoke machine. You guys can sing all of her songs at home. Make some s'mores,
Yeah,
dude, hand each girl $200, and you're still gonna save $1,000.
Dude, if I handed each girl $200, I'm a fucking hero. Just like Sophia, bring your friends to the house. I have a stack of hundreds. I just start handing little girls hundreds. Like, Mommy, Daddy, Mr. Virzi's the best. All right, guys, this has been episode.
Hey, you tell all your friends, Mr. Virzi did this.
You tell your fathers I'll buy them a steak. This has been episode 77, guys. We had a great time. We're back. we're back in full effect here, and we're having a good time. Enjoy the playoffs, everybody, and we will be back next week. Oh, by the way, I got to do a couple plugs here. Andrew, when's this coming out?
Today.
Nice. Guys, this weekend, I'm going to be at the brand new New York Comedy Club in Stamford, Connecticut. It's a brand new state-of-the-art club. It's amazing. I was there opening night. You guys are going to love it. I'm doing 2 shows, Cinco de Mayo, Friday, 2 shows on the 6th, Saturday. And then I'm going to be going to Raleigh, North Carolina, May 17th, Charlotte, North Carolina, May 18th. I am in Hilarities June 1st in Cleveland. I'm doing a theater in northern Idaho, guys. I'm be at Sandpoint Pineda Theater in Idaho on June 8th. I'm going on the 9th to 11th. I'll be at the Punchline in Atlanta. Then I'm going to Side Splitters in Tampa. Go to paulvirzi.com for all of my dates. Check out my special, Nocturnal Admissions, and check out the Virzi Effect. Check out, obviously, this one. And me and Bobby Kelly have do something called a Bone to Pick, where we just talk about shit that pisses us off. So you guys can check that out. Go to the YouTube channels, and there you go.